The best players on the Texas Tech football team make the All Big 12 first team, while freshman linebacker Ben Roberts wins co-defensive freshman player of the year. Plus, we've got some more transfer portal targets for the Red Raiders as they continue to emerge. Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's RC Maxfield here for the Back to 12 podcast. If you haven't already, be sure to like the video, hit that subscribe button, and notification bell. A huge thank you to each and every one of you that have already subscribed, over 8,900 strong here on the Back to 12 podcast channel. What do you say we get it to, I don't know, 9K before the calendar turns to 2024? Listen, if you're hesitant about trying it out, hit the subscribe button and you'll see what we're all about. First and foremost, this is the most engaging Texas Tech YouTube channel there is, period. Disagree? Let me know down in the comments if there's a better one, because I haven't found it when it comes to engaging and interacting with each and every person that comments on here. Next, listen, we're giving you daily videos that are 100% free, whether that's film breakdowns, game previews, breaking news, rumors, recruiting, everything. We've got you covered in a short form podcast form right here where you can watch it 10 minutes. It doesn't take you 30, 45 minutes each and every day to listen to it. We get you that quick information out there so you can stay in the know on your Red Raiders all year long. And I know, listen, that was a long spiel right there, but I would appreciate it if you tell your friends and family about the channel so you can stay in the know and they can stay in the know on Texas Tech athletics all year long right here on the most engaging Texas Tech community on YouTube in the Back to 12 podcast channel. All right, enough of my spiel. Had to get it out of the way, as y'all know. Let's talk about this award. Well, these awards, actually, for Texas Tech football players, Taj Brooks and Austin McNamara. Taj Brooks and Austin McNamara both were named to the All Big 12 first team. Now, according to TexasTechFootball.com, well, Texas Tech site, the pair is the first pair of first team picks are the most for the Red Raiders since 2020. Right? Brooks' selection marks the first time a Red Raider running back has been picked since DeAndre Washington back in 2015. Man, do I miss those Dre days back in the day. Now, McNamara is the first Texas Tech player to garner Special Teams Player of the Year since the award's inception in 2005. So a little bit of history right there. Also, a little bit more history for McNamara. McNamara and his honors make him a 3-time All Big 12 first team selection. He is the first Red Raider at any position to do so. Pretty good. They talk about him being the best punter in America. It checks out right there. Now, McNamara and Brooks weren't the only ones that made an All Big 12 team. You had Rabbit as well. He was named to the All Big 12 second team. And talk about a guy that's really elevated his draft stock, right? I mean, Rabbit came back. He took a risk. Had a bigger role this year with Reggie Pearson transferring to Oklahoma, and he's done a phenomenal job. You talk about Rabbit last year going into the NFL draft process. I probably would have said that there was maybe a 5, maybe 10%, if you're being generous, chance that he gets drafted. I think he significantly increased his draft prospects to maybe it's 50-50 now, and that's a big-time jump for a guy like him. Now, elsewhere, Ben Roberts, he won co-defensive freshman player of the year, had 100 tackles, which ranked second nationally among freshmen, any category, right behind a Purdue linebacker. Pretty good stuff right there for Texas Tech. Again, you get a guy in Ben Roberts, and want to focus on him a little bit, in the sheer fact of, okay, what was your linebacker room going to look like long-term after you lose some guys like Kearshawn? Like you lose a guy, like Rico and guys like that, right? Colin Schooler. You've always had these older linebackers that have produced. Now you got a guy in Ben Roberts that can be on campus alongside Jacob Rodriguez at least for one more year, right? And really help that linebacker room develop. And you got multiple guys in there too, Malik Dingle, others as well, right? Coming back. So really like Ben Roberts, again, 100 total tackles. That's nothing to sneeze at right there for sure. Before we get to some of the prospects that Texas Tech is looking at in terms of the transfer portal, simply like the video if you're happy to see Brooks, McNamara, Rabbit, and Roberts garner this attention. They've been really solid this year, and it's no surprise that you got two defensive players, a special teamer, and then arguably the best running back in the Big 12. And that's something to say because there is a ton of good running backs in the Big 12. So if you're happy for those guys, let them simply know by liking the video. All right. let's talk about some of these guys that Texas Tech has offered in the portal so far. Some more names are emerging. This has been over the past 2 or 3 days, and I want to, put this out there as well. This list will change daily. Okay, Texas Tech will be offering quite a few guys, but there is a trend, and I'm sure you can tell what it is. All right, we're going to start with a Middle Tennessee State offensive tackle. We got Sterling Porcher. He is a 6'4", 305-pound lineman. 1 year of eligibility left. He has actually started all 26 games for the Blue Raiders the past 2 seasons. His offer list includes Georgia Southern, App State, South Florida, Georgia State, and Texas Tech. So the only Power 5 school that has offered him so far is the Red Raiders. We move on north of the border to Canada. Oh, bonjour, if you get that reference. I know. I understand. I know. And we've got Devin Cromwell. Okay, this guy is super interesting, and it's Cromwell, excuse me, Devin Cromwell. He's 6'1", 200 pounds. He has an upcoming visit to Texas Tech, okay, an official visit upcoming to Lubbock. He runs a 4.38 40 and is a 2-time All-Canadian DB. His offer list at the moment includes Texas Tech, West Virginia, Eastern Michigan, Southern Miss, and Arkansas State. He's the guy in the thumbnail for those wondering who the hell is that guy right there. He's from Canada. He's a guy that, again, has a track background in his high school ranks, but also is just uber athletic on the field and one of those guys that's a true impact guy at the Canadian level and is guarding a ton of interest from Power 5 schools, Texas Tech, West Virginia, and also those mid-majors as well. So he's a guy that I'm interested to watch in terms of his recruitment, because I think Texas Tech is going to be squarely in the mix, and he fits that mold that the Red Raiders like. A bigger corner, fast and speedy, long and athletic. That's the kind of guy he is. All right. Next up is Saddleback College offensive lineman Maurice Rodriguez, right? He's 6'7", 320. When I watched his tape, and there's a limited amount, I've only got to watch really 2 clips of it in about 2 minutes each. He's a mauler, man. I mean, 6'7", 320. He's got really good hand technique. His lower half is a little tight, but you can work on that, right? He's actually going to be on campus this coming up weekend. If you're listening during the week of November 30th, his official visit actually starts December 1st and will go through the 3rd. He has 2 years of eligibility left, and he is a name to monitor for Texas Tech, a guy that I think they're actually really, really high on. And he's one of the few, Texas Tech is one of the few offers that he has right now. But again, 6'7", 320, has played a lot of left tackle. I think you can move him inward as well, but he's a guy that really has a good upper body, and his lower body is getting there. You can see flashes of it on tape, but probably needs to develop that footwork just a bit more. The next guy is Fairmont State defensive back Jovan Jackson. 6'2", 195, a 2-time second-team All-MEC, M-E-C. Y'all let me know how y'all would say that. Anyway, currently, Texas Tech is his only Power 5 offer, okay? He has a ton of tackles. He has a ton of film. He's a guy that's trying to go to that next level. I'm not sure if Texas Tech is going to be in on him long-term, but he's a guy that they really like because, again, think about what Texas Tech wants at the cornerback spot. Long, athletic guys that are fast. He's 6'2", 200 pounds. As I just mentioned, he fits that mold for the Red Raiders, and I guess that should be no surprise, right? But when it comes down to it, right, you can see what the priority is. We talked about it in yesterday's video as well, and y'all really like that video in terms of letting me know y'all like it. Let me know you like this one too by simply liking the video in terms of you want to hear more about these transfer portal targets. It's offensive linemen that are versatile, that can play in and out, that have a specific skill set, though, right? They got really good feet, hands, whatever it may be, and then long, rangy, athletic DBs. That's what they're focusing on, and rightfully so for Texas Tech. As you lose 2 guys in your secondary in Dunlap and Rashad Williams, you get Lux back. You got some younger guys back there, but you also want to have that depth. And then on the offensive line, it looks like it could be a potentially clear the house situation for Texas Tech outside of maybe 1 or 2 guys. But again, help us get to 9K before the new year. Let your friends and family know that are Texas Tech fans about the channel. If they want daily updates, again, we're giving you 10 to 12-minute videos every day, right? We're not taking much of your time. It's going to be quick, to the point, the information you need to know about Texas Tech football, men's basketball, and everything in between, whether that's breaking news, rumors, recruiting. We've got you covered right here on the most engaging Texas Tech community on YouTube. Of course, I'm talking about the Back to 12 podcast channel.